Well, folks, here we again for the weekly forecast. Of course, the big news during this last week was the storm system that moved through during the second half of the weekend and the early part of this week that dropped some significant ice accumulations basically in south central southeast Nebraska. And as you move up toward the I-80 corridor, of course, the ice totals kind of dropped off. I think we survived a pretty significant event considering that the liquid equivalent precipitation did not really match up with the amount of ice accumulation. That was really because temperatures ran about 2 degrees on average above where they were forecasted. So we dodged a bullet in terms of ice accumulation. Yes, there were some travel headaches. Yes, there were some fallen branches, but widespread power outages and significant damage were very limited, and most of that occurred well to our south, particularly across Texas and Oklahoma and then into some portions of north central Kansas. Now, as we go through this next week, we have a system that is moving into the western United States that will be a player in our weather as we move through this weekend, and the second system following it has a potential to generate some accumulating snowfall. So let's take a look at the upper pattern, and as we go to the upper air pattern, what I will draw your attention to is the system that's moving through the southern plains is the first in a series of waves coming in from the California coast. This is expected to ride toward the east and basically leave us basically on the south or the northern side of the precipitation shield. So there is a chance that extreme southeastern Nebraska will catch some of this precipitation, but more importantly, the system coming out on Monday looks to be more energetic. Lots of moisture evolving with it, and as it moves toward the east, it really strengthens and drives a deep trough through the country. So that by the time we get into Wednesday, we'll start to get the northwest flow as the system bypasses us, and we'll get some reinforcing shots of cold air as the system moves off to the eastern United States seaboard. So here we are on Thursday with a straight flow from the Canadian Prairie Provinces region, and then on Friday, another wave starts to make its way down that'll give us another shot of reinforcing cold air. So it does look like we're going to end the month on a cold fashion, but extended out into the first part of February, brings the ridge back into the center part of the country, and we'll see temperatures rebound to above normal levels in the first full week of February. And the precipitation total, we can see that most of the precipitation shield is sliding across to the south of us through this weekend. More importantly, here comes the system on Sunday, gets its act organized in the central Rockies, and then rapidly moves its way out on the precipitation shield across northern Nebraska, northern Iowa. A little bit farther is displacement to the south, more accumulating snowfall. Anything to the north, and of course we're going to miss this system. So this is our big system for the next week. It looks to be very encouraging, at least for precipitation across the northern half of the state. And if we look at the 8 to 14 day forecast, we return to some below normal temperatures across the western United States as yet another system tries to make its way in late next week and the following week into California. We'll be watching that to see whether those systems will generate themselves out into the central plains in the form of a significant weather maker, or will the systems pass to the south. In terms of precipitation, you can see the dry trend with this precipitation over this next period, basically from next Thursday following Tuesday. Most of the activity associated with the northern jet will bring the precipitation over the Great Lakes, and some of that may actually skirt down into the northern half of Nebraska.